Hey everyone, Dancentral here, and welcome to the sixth part of my Q&A series of videos. One of my good mates on here as well, a great YouTuber called BlueTonic78. He actually sent me a message a little while ago saying what he loves about my channel and me as a person is that I will say, right, that's it, I'm going to end the video, but then I'll talk for another 10 minutes before I then actually end the video. And yeah, I do that a lot. To be honest, I think because I don't do videos as often as I'd like, I therefore cherish every moment I get when I actually get to do them. So I really kind of, put my all into it and go on for ages, just because I know that after I've done a bit of recording, I'm not going to do a bit for a fair while because I'm going to be so busy. So I think when I get a chance, I really kind of, make the most of it, really. So, but I suppose that can have, advantages and disadvantages, but yeah, so apologies if it does annoy people, but hopefully, you get a lot more interest out of it. So, right, okay, so moving on to the rest of the questions then, there's a YouTuber called Gamer Culebra, apologies if I said that wrong, mate. He basically just said congrats, so I appreciate that, thanks very much, and I do hope I got your YouTube name right. And then moving on to another great guy that I've met in person as well, and it wasn't at the Ultimate Gamers weekend, it was at a gig that I did with one of my mates called Ziggy, whose YouTube name is ArtGirlZiggy15 on YouTube. She's basically a songwriter and a singer, and she makes up her own lyrics to tracks from the Sonic the Hedgehog games and Lemmings, and also she writes her own songs from scratch as well. And she goes for a more sort of industrial, electronic, underground feel as well. So if that's the kind of music that you're interested in, then jump over to her channel after this video and have a look at all the kind of stuff she does. And if you like it, you can give her a sub. But basically, I was doing a gig with her. So she was singing, and there was me and two other guys who were dancing behind her. We were like backing dancers, and she was like obviously singing. And this next YouTuber called 10 for Ibis, he actually came to support us at the gig. So he came to basically cheer us on and basically watch the performances, and obviously we had a laugh and we had a good catch up afterwards. He's a great guy. He is similar to Ziggy. He writes his own stuff, and it's awesome. It really is. He's got a song that I really love listening to called Pulsarific Current, which he did a little while ago. And not only is the song awesome, but the flipping video is just absolutely incredible. Just the special effects, the lights, the time it took him to do it took him ages to get it right, and it's just so cleverly done. And with the song being great and the video as well, it's just proper top quality. So big well done for that, mate, because it must have taken you ages, and it's just you've pulled it off big time. And just keep it going, really keep the music going. I know I haven't been kind of that active in terms of like on YouTube going, so apologies, that's my fault. But we'll talk a bit more, I'm sure, as time goes on. And basically he said, yeah, basically I said. I basically said that I'd never get to 1,000 subs because it just wouldn't happen. So he's basically then said, what do you mean it would never happen? Dude, if you get 800 subs, you can easily get 1,000 subs. That's how it works. When I got 100, I didn't think I could get 1,000, let alone 4,000. Keep it going, man, it happens. So, awesome. If it does, then fantastic. And that's great because that kind of spurs me on as well to kind of keep it going. So, thanks a lot, mate. Really appreciate it. Okay, then moving on to BlueTonic78, who I just mentioned a minute ago about. He gave me a comment a little while ago saying that what he loves about my channel is that I'll say that I'm about to end this video, but then I'll end up jabbering on for another 10 minutes. He's a great guy. He does pickups. He does great pieces to camera. He puts like little bits of humour into his video. Just really great to watch, and is someone that if you haven't already subscribed to him, please go and do so. And basically he said, congratulations Dan, well deserved, 800 is nothing to be sniffed at. I'll lob a few questions your way. Now these are really cool actually. He said, number one, Jim will fix it, makes a comeback. If it did, what would you ask him to arrange for you? Now I did have a good think about this because I was like, initially I was like, I don't actually have any idea. But what I did think of would be so awesome. Well, I first thought of maybe to kind of organise a massive event that's central to all of us as YouTubers, and just put on a massive gaming event where all of us are invited and we all go down there and we all have a massive laugh and meet each other, like especially people that we haven't already met that couldn't make, say, previous events, and we just have an absolutely awesome time playing games and stuff. But then I thought obviously Martin might awesome friend Murphdurf83, he's just put on the Ultimate Game this weekend, and we've got the Mission Is Possible event coming up in October. So he's already doing that, really. So it'd be silly for me to kind of, because he's doing such a great job anyway, you know, kind of organising a platform where we can all kind of meet and, you know, not only have fun gaming, but just kind of socialise as well. So I scrapped that, really, because Martin's doing a great job anyway. And what I thought is instead, I'd love for Jim Will Fix It to organise a massive theme park that's completely gaming related, and every ride is based on a certain game. So obviously they've got I've heard about the Sonic Spinball ride that's at Fort Park. Is it Fort Park? It's one of the theme parks anyway. And I saw some videos on that where you're kind of going down a track and you're spinning at the same time, and it's proper good. But to be honest, it'd be like more of that. So rather than like the odd ride being gaming related, this would be a theme park where everything would be gaming related. So even like, oh, I don't know, like obviously there'd be Sonic in there, and like just like maybe like a Crash Bandicoot ride where you're like in a raft and you're going down rapids or something, or like you're being chased by a boulder like on one of the levels in the PS1 games, and you have to kind of run, or you want a minecart or something. No, minecart would be Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, Donkey Kong Country, there could be like a minecart ride, and it'd be from Donkey Kong Country where you're kind of going around tracks and stuff. And just everything would be linked to not only a game but also a specific level from that game as well. So yeah, I think that'd be absolutely awesome. Or maybe like a Magic Carpet level that can be inspired from World of Illusion on the Mega Drive. You know, the Magic Carpet level, so you can have like a ride inspired around that. Maybe like a Pac-Man level somehow as well, where you like maybe the ride could be like you go through like a board or something. You have to kind of grab as many like, you know, yellow pills as you can. You're being chased or something, and it's just really, really funny. And you could do Tetris as well, where you kind of you're falling down or something, and you have to kind of make sure. I don't know. Again, it's just ideas, but that would be pretty decent. I think it'd be proper good. If not that, my only other idea was that just organise for Jim to reopen Sega World in the Trocadero in Piccadilly Circus in London, really. Because ever since Sega World disappeared, I'm so gutted. I did some videos with my good friend Ziggy a little while back on my channel about when we actually went to Trocadero. We were just like saying how annoyed we were, and it's a shame that it's gone. And literally, if he couldn't organise for a theme park to be built, if that was kind of out of his budget, or it was kind of, you know, too big a project, I would say then I'd love for you to reopen Sega World in Trocadero. So either of those would be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, so that's that one. Second one, he said, what artist or band would you love to perform with as a backing dancer? Which artist or band would I love to perform with as a backing dancer? Wow. See, now I'm tempted. See, this wouldn't be a valid answer because they're not a band, and it's not an artist. But Diversity, the absolutely amazing dance troupe that stormed through Britain's Got Talent a few years ago, I would love to dance with them, but they're already dancers, so it doesn't count. Well, throughout the 90s, we had bands that like danced with most of their tracks. So like, you know, the old pop groups and stuff like S Club 7, which Martin listens to, which is proper decent. So we had quite a laugh actually when we went to the Ultimate Game this weekend, where we had kind of blasted it out the car. That was brilliant. And even do you remember Steps? They kind of danced with all their tracks. But to be honest, it would be as a backing dancer. So any of the artists that are out nowadays, really, to be honest, they've got if they bring out a good track that's got a good beat and I can kind of make up some moves to, I can kind of blast out some moves to, then that'd be awesome. To be honest, I don't really mind who it would be. It's a shame because most bands nowadays, they don't have backing dancers and they just kind of sing with microphones and that's it. But I think a lot of the female artists nowadays do have a few backing dancers, so I'm guessing maybe someone like, I don't know, Rihanna or Pixie Lott, or I don't know, or even like someone like Celine Dion. I think on her big arena tours and stuff, she had like backing dancers and stuff. It's hard because there's not really any artists out nowadays that have backing dancers. It's really quite difficult. When I was growing up, as I said before, Steps, I used to listen to them a little bit, just because their songs were really feel good. They're really cheesy, I know, but they were quite feel good. And with their arena tours, they used to have backing dancers. So when I was growing up, I always used to sort of watch their tours and think, I bet to be in that atmosphere would be so much fun. You're just dancing around like a lunatic and just having loads of fun and just going stupid and just just using up loads of energy. So I always used to kind of wish that I was kind of behind them on one of their tours. But yeah, I suppose nowadays, current music, anyone really that's currently in the charts that has backing dancers that I could just kind of come in and just dance behind them. It's just a shame that I think there's no bands out nowadays that really kind of has backing dancers as such. Okay, and then the next question, it says, what artist and band would you love to write a potential #1 hit for? To be honest, anyone that's already like in the charts now that's already doing phenomenally well. So anyone like Take That, they're actually, since they've made a comeback, they've been absolutely phenomenal. They've made a massive success of coming back. I'd love to write a potential #1 hit for them. Or even like someone that I mentioned in a previous video, like Enya. She does a lot of piano solos as well as vocal stuff. So I'd love to like sit down and just like one afternoon just like create a piano solo that she could use on her album, or maybe write a piano solo that she could do vocals over, which would sound absolutely gorgeous. That would be awesome. Or even just like a big song of hers that I just kind of play the piano part, or I can maybe play the synthesized part and she sings over it. That would be absolutely fantastic. It's really any of those, to be honest. But again, I'm struggling to find bands that would be good to really that are really kind of around nowadays. I mean, The Wanted are still doing really well, so even like something like a hit for them would be pretty cool. That's probably all I can think of, to be honest. It's annoying because they're really good questions, but at the moment it's just like the music charts. It's like not too much really out there at the moment that I can think of, to be honest. But yeah, they're probably the ones that I would say anyway. So yeah, thanks very much for the questions, mate. That's awesome. So on to the next comment. This is from one of my awesome mates, Dave, aka Junior D 1975. Again, met him at the Ultimate Gamers weekend, and he was just an absolute awesome guy. He really was, proper top bloke. I had a great laugh with him. He was really good at some of the games as well. I was really impressed. And he was there with Marcus, X52708, and it's great because they're both the best friends, and it's really nice to see. They both share the same hobbies as well, and they kind of really do bounce off each other when they are having like conversations with us. And it was great. It really was. And you kind of felt like you were meeting two, actual proper legends on YouTube that everyone knows, but they've never seen them behind the camera, and seeing them standing there right in front of you, and it's just like, whoa, they're actually real. I've actually physically touched them. It's really strange. So basically, then he said, 800 subs, great stuff, mate. Going to be a good one at Game Link in October. It proper is, mate. Can't wait. I see you've been putting in the practice in Castle of Illusion. I have, although I've taken a bit of a back step because I've been so busy. But I did do an update video where I smashed the record on camera. Boom. So yeah, just got to kind of do that again, and then I'm proper well in. I've also been practicing for the event too. Hope that we all can kick some ass and set a few records. Oh yes, mate. Definitely. No doubt about that. If not, we will all have a top time anyway, definitely. I have a question though, cool. If you could have any game made into a movie, what would you choose? Oh, no way. Oh, do you know what? I would love to see any epic game made into a movie. And for me personally, I'd love it to be like Gears of War would be up there. And I'm sure Martin, aka Nerfader 83, would totally agree with that and back me up on that. Yeah, any epic game. I'd love to see it in a movie. I'd so go and watch it. So Gears of War, Left 4 Dead would be cool. Although we have got a lot of zombie movies out already, like obviously Night of the Living Dead and Land of the Dead, and even comedy Shaun of the Dead. So I suppose it's already been done before, really. But definitely Gears of War would be an absolute fantastic one to see made into a film. Absolutely no doubt about it. They've done it with games before. Obviously things like Street Fighter was made into a movie, and Mortal Kombat and stuff, so it can be done. And Halo would be pretty decent. I'd probably say Halo and Gears of War, to be honest. That'd be absolutely awesome. I'd go and watch them tomorrow if they came out. I really would. Yeah, awesome. Okay, I'd probably say those, to be honest. So yeah, thanks very much for your question, Dave. We had to think about that just then. I didn't see the question right at the end because it was embedded in the rest of the text, and then I suddenly realised you actually put a question in there because I did say comment to start with. So yeah, thanks very much, mate. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot for watching so far, guys. Really do appreciate if you are sticking with it. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Stick around.